Fourth quarter, looking for 157. Team LeBron is down 6. And look at Giannis playing defense like he cares.
Best defense I've ever seen played individually in an All-Star game. Not a single fast break point was given up in the fourth quarter. You want to talk about guys guarding and it mattering? It did.
Kawhi again getting serious. Again, that little mid-range game. That ties it at 150. First team with 7 points at that point would be the winner. Then it's Kemba no good. We're going to wind up going the other way, and it's LeBron for Anthony Davis.
One thing that's interesting here is you get to about 154 points as Anthony goes up high. We've seen this all season. It changed your strategy. All of a sudden, they start going for 3 after 3. It allows this to happen, Joel, with a sweet little move.
And that tied it at 152. You're right. There was strategy in the fourth quarter of an All-Star game. And then there was controversy. Embiid fighting down low. There's a foul called. LeBron is enraged. There's a challenge light, so they take another look, and they actually overturn the call to a jump ball. Doris, you like it?
I do. I love it. You want to get it right. You could tell by the way guys were protesting calls how much this mattered.
All right, LeBron could have won it there with a 3. Instead, he goes to the hole. This is blocked by Giannis. Goaltending is called, but they're going to review this one, too.
This was so close. They looked at this for a good 5 or 6 minutes. I still can't tell. I believe they said it was a clean block.
They did. They ruled it a clean block. So now, later in the fourth, James Harden stepping into Kyle Lowry. But hold everything. They're going to call this an offensive foul.
Good call. I thought it was a charge. He gets away with it all year, not in the All-Star game.
They're calling it tight in the All-Star game. Spike Lee loves it. So Harden with the push-up there. Now we go to a couple of possessions later. Team LeBron up 156-155, taking it to the hole.
I like that. They had taken too many threes. LeBron finally discards the defender, says, let me get us close.
Then here comes the moment. There's the foul. LeBron's team needs just 1 point, and Anthony Davis is fouled inside. LeBron says it's over. AD just needs to make a free throw, and we're done here. But hold on. He misses the first. He would say later he missed it on purpose to apply more pressure to himself in his hometown. You can believe that if you choose. Meanwhile, he would knock down the second, and that's your ball game. Team LeBron wins it 157-155. The kids from Chicago Scholars are thrilled. Kawhi wins the first ever Kobe Bryant MVP. All in all, quite a night.
I didn't know what to expect because it was a new format, new year. We didn't know, none of us knew what to expect. But throughout the whole fourth quarter and at the end of the game, everybody was like, that was pretty damn fun.
Fourth quarter, the defense got tighter. Guys would hit one another, every possession count. It was kind of, you had a little bit of playoff intensity out there, so I loved it. I hope they can keep the same format for a lot of years. And I think people had fun, we had fun, so that's what it's all about.
All right, and to the point that Doris made in the highlight, these teams played hard in the fourth quarter. After both teams had 50 fast break points in the first 3, there were none in the final quarter. There were more fouls called in the last quarter than the first 3 combined, and the shooting was way down in the fourth quarter compared to the nearly 60% it was in the first 3.
Greeny, you said this off the top. It might have been the best quarter or even one of the better games of the NBA season all season long. What would you say about that format of the fourth quarter, Doris?
Number one, I don't normally watch this game. I might be cleaning, I might be vacuuming. That's how little appeal it had for me in the past. I was locked to my TV. Yeah. This was the best All-Star game I've seen in 25 years. I thought the competition was incredible. And leave it to Kobe Bryant to have the last statement. They were thinking originally of that number in the fourth quarter being 35. We would have still been playing the basketball game. To go to 24 was absolutely perfect. And I thought the most special thing the NBA was able to do was somehow have the grace to navigate honoring Kobe and Gianna and still giving an incredible show to their incredible fans. It was so well done.
I agree completely. You have to sort of take those two in separate pieces. The way they honored, and David Stern as well,
Yes.
which was a very difficult month for the NBA, obviously, the month of January. So I thought all of that was beautifully handled. And then to the game itself. I have a phrase I use all the time. Laura hears me say it all the time about college football overtime. It's contrived nonsense. Yes. Generally, I don't like contrived nonsense. But in a game like this, where the stakes are what they are, which is to say they're not all that significant, I actually thought it worked. I thought it worked extremely well, way better than it would have if there had been a clock.
They fixed it. They honestly fixed it, because I know that the first 3 quarters, we showed you those numbers. It was still competitive, Mike. Once LeBron won quarter 1, Giannis came out like he was playing in a finals game, and he made sure his team won the second quarter. Then strategy played into the third. It ends up being played evenly. They go into the last quarter 9 down. Well, what happens? The leader in charges taken. This guy gives up 2 charges, Kyle Lowry. LeBron James was a man on a mission. The MVP, Kawhi, was absolutely stunning. This was the best All-Star game, again, I've seen in 25 years.
Are there any concerns, and I think I know what you're going to say here, about some of these All-Stars going all out, especially in that fourth quarter, just from the health standpoint?
I get that, but I always have believed if you're playing at the competitive high that you can play at, you're less likely to get injured. And what I know after listening to the people, presidents, GMs, PR, media, and the players, most importantly, they love the format. They want to see it stick.
No, they're keeping score for a reason, right? I mean,
No question.
At some point, they're keeping score because the idea here is you want the teams to want to win. I do agree, however, with the premise of the question, which is this is supposed to be a break. This is a time in the season that even the players who are all-stars are supposed to be able to take a little bit of a rest. And in particular, the guy like LeBron James, who is logging as many minutes as he is, playing as hard as he is at his age, I can see where, if you're his coach, and his coach was there last night, obviously, that might be a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. This man is 3rd all-time in minutes played. We're going to discuss this later in the show. Obviously, there's always concerns about injury, about, does he pull a hamstring? Does he miss 4 or 5 games, and does that put that #1 seed in jeopardy? But I think for the fans, to honor the fans, the way you have to play the game, this was perfectly done.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube.
For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app.
And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.